Of high damage team composition, a lot of front-loaded damage on their team, but it's probably going to be this 2-for-2 trade.
Well, Dignitas.
Very close. It's on a razor's edge of actually being a bad trade for Coast. They just get by, though.
Yeah, Dignitas really pushed that inhibitor turret, forced Coast to recall.
Surprise the teams are doing these lane swaps on you. They should have their plan together when they go into this. I think they're going to go in for a fight unless Coast peels off. They're just biding their time here.
Well, there's the paranoia. In comes Crumbs. They've turned attention over to Daydreamer. He's going to be the first victim of the fight. Coast were peeling away and basically gave that one up. Now Dignitas onto the Dragon. 4 members of Coast still sitting around on the sidelines. Remember, Requiem is available. Kiwi Kid has been zoned out. Scarra is going to be the first target. Dragon secured by Dignitas while that's going on. Now comes the Requiem. Can it do enough to get kills? It gets one onto Nintendo. The rest of Dignitas chasing down Zion Spartan. Ends up being a 1-for-1, but Dragon to Dig to the tower. And Dig seem to be rotating towards that. There's a first recall now from Cruiser. Dignitas, Solar Flare is available. There's the paranoia. You see Crumbs throwing himself into Daydreaming. Solar Flare locks down 2 members of Coast. Nintendo is on full retreat. Summon a heal from WizFusion, keeps him alive for a few seconds longer. In the background, Scarra does get soloed. 1v1 there by Shiphtur. It's a 1-for-2 trade. Requiem comes down. That's going to be a whole bunch of damage.
And the Dragon, once again, if they just continue to do this, it's going to become an assassin in the back for him. But there's another fight coming up. Dignitas might have gone a bit greedy.
Yeah, Cutie Pie forced to bail out. Kiwi Kid is going to pull the attention of Coast. It takes a little while longer to go down. Doesn't look like a chase is over yet. That's a flash from Zion Spartan. Doesn't get in range for the dash.
You're going to be hard-pressed to stay alive as WizFusion.
Oh, Nintendo is in so much trouble. Does grab the lantern, gets out. Thanks to Daydreaming keeping it
the fight. The initiation will not be as clean for Dignitas, but they have an even bigger lead. Here comes.
We'll have to see how it works. They've hooked on Kiwi Kid. That's great. Now Dragon was secured by Nintendo in the background as Cutie Pie is throwing the culling down. He grabs the first kill of the fight. It's actually onto Zion Spartan, secured there by Crumbs. Now Karthus has been dropped. Scarra begins to channel the Requiem. That is a massive chunk of damage. That's a flash forward from Cutie Pie. He gets the double shot after the Light Slinger, and that is a kill onto WizFusion. That's a stun onto Nintendo and an instant cocoon. Good reaction times.
Didn't let Kiwi Kid get the stun on his auto attack afterwards, but that's still the story of this game. We could just make a montage of Coast doing Dragon and
want the Baron. There's no flash for Nintendo, so we're looking for the repel into the smite. Baron is getting lower and lower.
It's too dangerous. They have to get out of here.
Oh, Zion Spartan gets one! The recall does manage to get off though as he turns his attention over to Cutie Pie. Cutie Pie is dead, and all of a sudden Coast set their sights on Baron.
Oh no, what a disaster waiting to happen here for Dignitas. Now Crumbs is alive, Scar is running, and they can teleport in. I wonder if they fight. They have Nocturnal.
Oh, Cruiser's in a little bit of trouble. He does get taunted. The charm lands, the hook lands. That's a dead Cruiser. He's going to get bruised. Does take them on a little bit of a hike though. And Coast still have not secured.
Chaos has ensued in this game. Crumbs telling Cruiser that he's on his own and then ends up getting jumped on by Zion.
Be bad.
Daydreaming is a nice shot most of the time with his thresh hooks. He got known playing Blitzcrank right there.
Oh, we got it.
Zion actually steals. That's the 3rd buff he's stolen this game.
As well, so.
But now he's no ulti for a fight.
Oh,
he gets initiated on!
He does get stunned in place. All of a sudden, Cruiser's on the front line. That's a lantern. It's going to keep Zion alive for a few seconds before a pinpoint Solar Flare locks down Daydreaming. 2 quick kills for Dignitas. And the rest of Coast are in full retreat. Dignitas now think they haven't been anywhere near control. Nintendo gets caught by the Solar Flare. In comes Crumbs. Dustbringer does land. Look for the Fear proc. That's a sidestep from Crumbs. Very, very smart.
Off.
That was a decent enough repel from Nintendo to try get over to the Wraith camp. But again, a lot of
did go back to base. This has got to be the fight.
And 5 versus 4. They've managed to catch on to Daydreaming. He is just deleted under the damage of Dignitas. Now remember, that's bought a little bit of time for Nintendo.
Watch Shiphtur in this fight. Who can he kill? He is full health. Zhonya's DFG, everything.
Oh, man, doesn't manage to land the Orbit Deception on the way forward. On the way back, it does. WizFusion's got 1. Shiphtur manages a kill onto Scarra. Here comes the Requiem. That's a Zhonya's Hourglass. Is going to prevent the damage, but WizFusion's off on the side. Now, the next victim is most likely going to be Zion Spartan. They're trying to run him down.
Cutie Pie.
Cutie Pie's got 1. Cutie Pie's lifesteal is immense. Nintendo needs to repel. That's a culling. He gets it onto Shiphtur. Dashes backwards. That's a triple. Cutie Pie goes huge for Dignitas.
Big
4 for 2.
On Cutie Pie's face and the Baron quick shot. They destroyed Coast. That was an example of them actually using Baron as their ally.
Shown up in this first game of the series. Now, Aurelia, played by Zion, was up in the top lane. They've got onto the turret now, Dignitas. Cocoon catches out Kiwi Kid. This is a Requiem being channeled as well. That is a massive amount of damage onto Coast. Zion goes in, but that's way too deep. Cruiser grabs himself a kill onto Daydreaming, dashes away with the safeguard. Dignitas get themselves their 8th tower of the game, turn their attention to the inhibitor. Nintendo's managed to get away. Zion re-engages. He does manage to get a kill with the help of Wisfusion. That's actually 2 kills now for Coast. You see Karthus grabs himself one, solar flare in the background. That one connects. Kiwi Kid grabs himself a kill, and Nintendo is doing the best he can to hold off members of...
Yeah, and look, there's no magic resist on a Shiphtur, so he has to use his Zombies on that Requiem if he doesn't want to get taken to half. Maybe a steal attempt, though.
See if they can land it. Nintendo goes in, doesn't manage to grab it. That means Nintendo's dead. Baron's been secure for Dignitas. Requiem starts being channeled. Shiphtur is forced to use the Hourglass. That is a dead Wisfusion. Zion Spartan gets run down. Shiphtur takes a shot from Cutie Pie. Cutie Pie with the double kill. 4 members of Coast are down, and Dig can clean the base. In control from the get-go and never really pushed it.
So a solid...